9 straight months of falling visitors. 18,000 jobs gone overnight at MGM. In 2025, Las Vegas isn't just raising prices and cutting staff, it's losing its soul as automation and cost of living crises drive longtime residents into recreational vehicles and out of the city for good. What happened to the dream Sin City once promised? Las Vegas once relied on a steady stream of 40 million visitors each year, tourists who filled hotel rooms, restaurants, and casino floors. In 2025, that stream slowed to a trickle. Visitor arrivals fell for 9 straight months, with April alone down more than 5% compared to the previous year. Convention halls sat half empty, while airport passenger counts dropped by thousands. The Strip's biggest employers responded with a single brutal tool: mass layoffs. MGM Resorts cut 18,000 jobs in one day, the city's largest workforce reduction since the pandemic. Resorts World, the Venetian, Fontainebleau, and Treasure Island each followed, letting go of hundreds more. Human resources teams at MGM used algorithmic ranking systems to decide who stayed and who went. Cost per hour, years of service, and adaptability to new roles all calculated in spreadsheets, not conversations. The silent purge swept out older and higher-paid staff, making way for cheaper hires or machines. Service workers saw their incomes collapse, with many losing more than 3/4 of their earnings. Food banks and charities reported record demand as former casino employees struggled to pay rent or buy groceries. Unemployment in Las Vegas climbed to 5.9%, higher than any other major U.S. city. For Maria Hernandez, a bartender at MGM for nearly 2 decades, the end came in the form of a generic email. She packed up her locker, taped a farewell note to her coworkers, and joined thousands of others suddenly cut loose from the city they once helped build. Across the Strip, the next wave arrived not with pink slips, but with machines. Self-check-in kiosks now greet guests at most major hotels, quietly erasing the need for front desk staff. Each installation, according to industry data, replaces about 6 full-time jobs per property. TechEdge Solutions, the company behind many of these kiosks, touts faster lines and lower costs. Internal design notes from their lead engineer Kevin Zhou mention compassionate design, but boardroom records show the real priority is labor savings. In the bars, the change is even starker. Robotic arms, polished and precise, mix cocktails 3 times faster than any human. At venues using these systems, bartender positions have shrunk by as much as half. For every robot installed, up to 4 jobs disappear. The machines do not forget recipes, never call in sick, and pour exactly what the algorithm allows. Management points to reduced theft and higher efficiency. But something else vanishes with every new rollout. The comped drinks that once arrived with a wink are now rationed by surveillance software. Touchscreens and automated dispensers have replaced the easy banter between guest and bartender. Employees are tracked and graded by algorithms, their work reduced to data points in a dashboard. For many, the promise of efficiency comes at the cost of identity. A city built on service now run by silent machinery. Hotel lobbies echo with emptiness. But the numbers on the bill keep climbing. Occupancy across the Strip has fallen nearly 15%, yet nightly rates for a basic room now hover between $400 and $500, sometimes more. Guests discover extra charges for everything from early check-in to pool towels, with hidden fees adding up to 20% on top of the advertised price. For many, the final total feels like a bad magic trick. The more the city empties out, the more expensive it becomes to stay. Revenue per available room, RevPAR, has crashed by almost 29% since last year. Yet, instead of lowering prices to fill beds, hotels double down on the so-called price trap. Executives justify the hikes as a way to make up for lost visitors, but the strategy drives even loyal guests away. Social media is flooded with complaints about being charged for hallucinations, paying premium rates for empty buffets and shuttered attractions. Inside boardrooms, some warn that squeezing short-term profits will gut the city's reputation for good. A handful of properties like Marriott test out all-in pricing to win back trust, but most stick to the old playbook. The result is a growing sense of resentment. Visitors who once came for fun now leave feeling fleeced, and the city's promise of fairness and excitement slips further out of reach. Maria Hernandez spent her first night in an RV parked off Boulder Highway, listening to the hum of trucks instead of the casino bells she had known for 19 years. She is not alone. With rents in Las Vegas up an estimated 22% since 2023, thousands of former hotel and casino workers now call RV parks in Henderson and North Las Vegas home. Many arrived with little more than a severance check, a suitcase, and the hope that this stop would be temporary. Parking lots fill with battered campers and cars, entire families squeezed into spaces meant for weekend travelers. Elderly retirees, once proud to wear their resort uniforms, now swap advice on generator repairs and cheap groceries. Charities like Goodwill and the Home Depot Foundation scramble to provide emergency housing and retraining, but demand outpaces supply. The fastest growing group among the city's homeless are those living on wheels, people who just months ago worked the Strip's brightest venues. For Maria, the hardest part is not the cramped quarters or the uncertain future. It is the quiet at night and the feeling that the city she helped build has quietly moved on without her. One by one, the lights go out in neighborhoods once packed with casino workers and hotel staff. The so-called layoff loop tightens its grip. Each wave of job cuts means less money spent at local stores, fewer dinners out, and more small businesses closing their doors. As incomes dry up, another round of layoffs follows, feeding a cycle that seems impossible to break. Labor force participation in Las Vegas has dropped from 63.4% in mid-2023 to just under 60% by October 2025, a loss of more than 50,000 working-age residents from the city's economy. Some give up searching for jobs entirely. Others pack up and leave. U-Haul and Penske report a record 16% jump in outbound truck rentals this year, with nearly 40,000 more people moving out than moving in. On weekdays, Greyhound buses fill not with tourists, but with locals holding one-way tickets to Phoenix, Dallas, or Portland. Online, new communities spring up. Reddit or laid off. Las Vegas and Discord servers where people trade job leads, vent their frustrations, and share advice for starting over somewhere else. The mood is raw and honest. Stories of loss, anger, and quiet resignation mixed with the occasional note of hope. In these digital spaces, the city's hidden exodus is mapped in real time, one post and one goodbye at a time. Not every story in Las Vegas ends with a moving truck or a one-way bus ticket. In the shadow of layoffs and empty neighborhoods, a patchwork of grassroots efforts has started to take root. Local nonprofits, stretched thin but determined, have pieced together emergency retraining classes and job fairs in borrowed church halls. Mutual aid groups born from online layoff forums now organize weekly grocery drops and skill-sharing sessions for former casino workers. Small businesses that survived the storm, like the pawn shop on Las Vegas Boulevard, credit their survival to old-fashioned trust and face-to-face dealings. Regulars come not for quick cash, but for a sense of dignity that algorithms can't provide. Mariah, who once poured drinks on the Strip, found a path forward. After weeks of waiting, she received an email from a neighborhood nonprofit. A spot had opened in their medical assistant training program. It's not glamorous, and the pay won't match her best years behind the bar, but it offers something rare in today's Vegas, a reason to stay and a chance to rebuild. For those who remain, these small victories offer proof that hope, while fragile, still has a place in in the city of lights. Today, Vegas stands at a crossroads. Automation surges, rents climb, and the community frays. As thousands leave behind the city they built, the American dream feels increasingly out of reach. What happens here next will echo far beyond the